Ahoy, sea dogs! This be the dread pirate Periwinklebeard, and you're listening to Pirate Port Radio with Abstracticus and Paladin Topaz. Aye, avast!
Welcome back, guys, for episode 9 of Pirate Port Radio. This is an extra special episode.
How special can it be?
How special could it be? That is the question. It's special. You know what, Paladin? I'm going to let you tell them. Why is this episode so special?
Well, we all went to North Carolina, and we saw Mike.
No, we didn't.
No? Oh.
No.
Well, right. We went to England.
Why did we go to England, Paladin?
See the sharks.
To see sharks? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Well...
No, we went to go to Rare Ltd. in Twycross, in England, in Europe, and it was... I don't even know, man. It's never sunk in. It never will. Okay. Let's tell them what happened. There was the contest. And the contest winners were announced like a week before we went. What day did we go, Mike? Do we remember?
That's right, folks. You heard right. We went to Rare. And it was awesome. Yeah, as Paladin said, we went to Rare about a week or so. Well, yeah, was it a week? It was probably more like 2 weeks, wasn't it?
Do you mean like 2 weeks ago?
No, 2 weeks,
after the contest winners.
After they announced contest
something
winners.
like 2 weeks. We knew for a long time, though. It's been so hard.
Oh, it has been.
So, this is what happened, guys. The winners get to go. There were 6 winners. They got to go. Outside of that, there were also 6 other people who run big websites, podcasts like this, YouTube channels, that were invited to come along as well to be on the incredible experience.
It was an incredible experience, and as we said, this has been incredibly hard to keep from you guys, to keep from the crew, yeah. But we went to Rare from May 21st. Wow.
May 21st, guys.
May 21st to May 25th. We spent Monday the 23rd and Tuesday the 24th in the studio. But
You heard that right. In the studio. Somebody went inside Rare. I know. It's unheard of.
Right. And almost every single night we were there, we had dinner with developers.
Oh, it was every single night.
Developers. We met so many people. It was so awesome.
Oh my god. Yeah. There are literally no words. Like, I don't know if any of you have ever had that feeling where just of extreme gratefulness, not even like appreciation. I don't even know. There are no words. It was serenity. Like, it just, I don't even know.
Serenity is a good word. That's an amazing word. I think that pretty much describes it perfectly. But you guys don't want to hear us talk about the developers and stuff, do you? Nah. Who wants to talk about that?
Yeah. Nobody likes Joni. I mean, what?
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 You okay?
But yeah, as we said, on Monday and Tuesday we were actually in studio, and what did we do, Paladin? What did we do? What did we do on Monday and Tuesday?
We had coffee and tea, and we sat in the lobby, but that's it. We weren't allowed to go anywhere. We just kind of sat in the lobby. You know, they had some nice chairs, and we just talked.
Facepalm. Really? Really, Paladin? What did we do?
Well, oh, there was that room where we played Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, that one room where they gave us a controller and they were like,
Oh
here you
my
go.
god. Okay, it was like a professional esports team. By the way, if there is a Sea of Thieves esports team, I'm being on it. I don't care who I have to bribe, but I'm gonna be on it. And there were like 12 little, I don't know, like boxes, like cubicles, I guess. And we got to, each of us who went got to go inside. And when we went inside, it was a black screen. They said, when this red light is on, don't play. You can't do anything. But when the green light comes on, go ahead and go play.
That's right.
So,
what we got to play was the Unreal version of the game. I say the Unreal version because the developers, they do have a prototype that they've been using to test features. But we got to play the Unreal version, and I have to say that it was, I'm going to use this word again, awesomer than I ever thought it would be. We saw the trailer from E3 last year. We've seen some amazing concept art over the past year, but nothing can compare to having that controller in your hands and actually being able to do this. It's just it's mind-boggling. Like I don't even understand Paladin. Like I don't understand. All I've been doing for 9 months is running my mouth. Why did you invite me to your studio?
well, and like I'm just gonna level with you guys. This is a fairly small podcast at the moment. They could have invited people with thousands and thousands of followers to promote, but I mean, they asked the real core of the community. They clearly don't care only about numbers, which is just amazing. And I don't think it'll ever sink in. It hasn't sunk in that we went to England to play video games at Rare. It'll never sink in. Like yeah.
I will stick by this. I'm with. I think Heil was the one that came up with this original idea. Heil of DK Vine. If you guys aren't aware of DK Vine, Heil is one of the co-founders with it, along with Chad McCanna, who was on an episode with us a few months back. He came up with the theory that on Monday morning, when we were all driving down the highway to Rare, that we all died on the bus, and that everything that's happened since then, everything that's happened since then, we're dead. It's like Lost. Am I allowed to put a Lost plug in here? Is that like a copyright infringement or something?
Probably, but hey.
No, I don't think so. I mean, we've been talking about Sea of Thieves unofficially. I would think I could plug a Lost. Yeah.
Why would it be copyright?
Speaking of Lost, I've been watching that lately.
Oh God.
Dude, I love that series.
I watched like one episode in school.
Oh man, there's so much lore behind that. Anyway, sorry. Back to Sea of Thieves. But yeah.
So the Unreal version. Let me just explain. The Unreal version that we played was very like. I don't want to say bare bones because it wasn't bare, but it was like the basics. It's like the core of the experience that you will the really important part of the game that they have to have down pat, which is the ship combat and just sailing around, because if there wasn't anything to do on the ship and you were playing this game for hours with your friends, it would be pointless. You'd get bored really quick, but man, there's so much to do on the ship, and I think they even plan to do more than what we experienced, so things are looking good.
Absolutely. And, as you said, you don't want to say that it's bare bones, because it's not bare bones. However, the only thing that we had in the version that we played was ship combat, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I have to say the ship combat and the ship mechanics and being able to actually get your ship moving is just awesome.
It was pretty on point.
It was. On our first day, it was.
It's honestly better than I expected. And I like to think of myself as not a biased person. There might be some unconscious bias in there, but I'm pretty damn sure that is better than what I thought. And that part, the ship combat part, is better.
It was.
And yeah.
With it was only that ship combat, but as I said, it was an incredible experience to actually have to. They didn't tell us anything. They just stuck us in these. They just stuck us in these booths. They were like, "Here's the controller." And, I mean, we had in front of us. We had like a little map that gave us the basic controls of how to do stuff and like stuff like that. But they just threw us into it, which was awesome. That was
was the best choice they could have made. If they were like telling us what to do, what we were gonna see, it would have totally taken away. But they didn't do that. They just kind of left us to our own devices to figure out. And you know what they said? I don't know if we're allowed to talk about this, but I'm going to. It's they look at facts, right? When we went in there, part of the reason people came is so they could do a little bit of research. So they said it took us all 7 minutes to get on our ship, right?
Yeah.
That is an important fact to them.
Yeah, that's definitely an important number. And that was all 12 of us, correct?
Yeah,
I would think we would be allowed to talk about that. I mean, it's about our Unreal experience and something they told us, I mean, if not, Emma, I can edit this out because, I'm sending this to her before I...
Yeah.
So, if she wants me to edit the part about 7.5 minutes...
Which is important, because if they want it to be longer and if they want it to be shorter. But so, everything we were doing in that game was recorded, and they will study that to see exactly how they want players to, experience the game, how long they want it to take for everybody to get on their ship, And I'm sure when the game's actually out, you'll either start on a ship or it'll take you, half an hour to get your first ship, but after that, we'll see what happens.
Right, and every single part of that ship matters in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, yeah.
Every single ship. Or every single...
That's not an Easter egg, by the way. There's only, one kind of ship that we played with.
Say what?
No, you're saying every single ship. We don't know that there's more than one kind of ship. We only played with one kind.
Well, yeah. I meant, yeah. Yeah, I meant that every single kind...
It's not a leak!
...of a ship.
IGN.
No, there's no leak. No leak. We only had one type of ship. I'm sorry. It was one ship. We didn't see anything else.
IGN is taking hold of this. Ryan McCaffrey from IGN News.
So, as I said, every single part of that ship has a function.
Yeah, man.
Has a function. Sail length matters. Sail angle matters.
Angle. You literally have to angle your sails.
You do. You actually literally have to angle.
I did not expect that.
That in itself is an incredible.
And down below there was a jail. The doors didn't close. Nothing happened. But I'm pretty sure it's pointing to something. Something might happen. So that's cool. I don't exactly know how that mechanic will work, but
right.
Cool.
The crow's nest. I think Jay's gonna love this. The crow's nest is a vital part of navigation, especially if you're at the helm. I'll get into the details of the helm in a second. That was my
just so
part.
You guys know, it is impossible to play this game by yourself.
But the crow's nest is one of the most important parts of a ship because at the helm you've got sails in front of you. You may not be able to see this giant reef or this giant rock, whatever, that's right in front of you because you have huge sails in your face. You can't see that stuff. So you got to have somebody up in that crow's nest. You have to.
You have to have everybody's doing a job.
Everybody. Also,
whether it be shooting,
the whole.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go for it.
The whole anchor concept in itself is cool too. The anchor is in the center. It's on a big wheel, and the more people you have on your anchor, the faster that anchor is going to get raised or lowered down into the ocean.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's all you have to say?
Well, you're right. I mean, that's what's going to happen.
That's just going to happen.
And when you were angling your sails, you could find out which way the wind was going by looking up at the sky, and they'd be like white strips. It's not white strips, though. It's not that primitive.
Right. That's where I was going next. Wind is visible, ultimately.
What I want to talk about
Wind direction is
the
visible.
detail that is in this friggin' game. Because let me tell you,
Right.
you know the sky and the stars at night. There is a North Star.
Right. The North
There's
Star is
literally
natural.
a North Star to
Yeah.
help guide you. Like,
Biggest, brightest star in the sky.
that is something I never in a million years would have ever thought of. Ever.
The wind itself, the white lines that show the direction of the wind, and the natural compass of the North Star. Those are some really cool concepts to add into. Like that
And
was
in the
really cool to
version
me.
in the version we played, directions like north, south, east, and west didn't really matter. But I'm assuming later on it might, because we've seen compass, concept art, stuff like that.
Right. So, maybe some of that stuff will end up in the game, but as far as what we played, we just had bare minimum. We had what, 2 items, right?
Yeah, kind of one item and then the thing everybody will have. Well, actually, yeah, okay. Just tell them
2
the
items.
items.
You had the cup of grog, which, by the way, the cup of grog was awesome.
It was like a
I think,
tankard, right? And it was like, yeah. Go
yeah,
for it.
it's like a big silver tankard or something like that, and you can actually drink and you can get drunk. And the screen kind of goes a little blurry, maybe not quite to the extent in some other games, but the screen does go a little blurry.
I think the extent was pretty high. I mean, like, the controls, I fell off the ship. Like, I legitimately, and I didn't want to. It's like I wasn't role playing. I was trying to figure out how to move, and I legitimately fell off the ship. Don't drink and sail, guys. Just.
Oh God. But just the aspect of being able to drink, and the screen going a little blurry here, and you actually the controls, they do, like Paladin said, the controls get a lot harder. It's harder to keep the direction that you're going, because you're constantly stumbling off some other direction. So that was really cool. Paladin.
Very much so.
Very much so. Very much so. You have nothing else to say. Very much so.
Well, I'm just gonna go get drunk every day in that game, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, what else are you gonna do? I mean, it's a pirate game. No, I'm a joke.
We're skipping around a lot. This has been so hard to keep from you guys. And today's date is actually June 4th. So you guys aren't gonna actually hear this episode.
When is E3? June 12th?
The E3 itself starts on the 14th.
Okay.
And
when's the Xbox press conference?
And then the Xbox conference is the Monday before it would be 12:30 our time.
Okay,
in the
and
afternoon.
that's when we're allowed to talk about it. Right after that.
Yeah, we can talk about But anyway, back to the Unreal version of the game. The whole ship combat was really cool. They divided us, all 12 of us up. 12 of us. Did we even go through a list? Who are these 12 people?
Okay.
All right.
I'll let you do the honors there.
All right. I'll go through the list of 12 people. First, we had obviously the 6 contest winners. We were all there at the same time, which was really cool. It was awesome to meet all those people.
And that kind of made sense,
awesome,
to be honest.
Contest entries. So obviously the contest winners, which were, holy crap, Jeff, Rodrigo, Jackie.
Let's say what they did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can say what they did. Jeff, he did a documentary style video.
Yeah.
Where he got his wife Mandy involved.
And Mandy was there too.
Who, by the way, Mandy was actually came to England with Jeff. So that was really cool to meet both of them.
Yeah.
Then there was Rodrigo, who did that awesome 3D animation Pirate Dream video.
And they were just blown away by it. Like, they didn't stop talking about how awesome it was. And you know what? It's well deserved. Like, that entry was in the day before the contest, like, limit reached. So, I hate to say this, but he probably put the most effort into his thing. And I don't mean heart, but, like, it's definitely probably the most time consuming. Because he made all these original characters, original sprites. Like, man, so cool. Well deserved.
Absolutely. It was really cool to actually meet these people. So we named Jeff, Rodrigo.
Yeah.
There's Jackie. Jackie did the
oh my god.
Jackie
art.
did the amazing ship art of a kraken attacking a pirate ship.
Which, by the way, you can go buy. There will be a link in the description below. I'm gonna buy one. I know. I don't know when. I need to go and buy a MasterCard, but I'm gonna buy one. Continue, anyways.
No, you're good, man. You're all right. You're all right. Then there was Olivier.
The Frenchie.
The what?
The Frenchie. No, he
Oh,
was
that's
like,
messed up, man. That's messed up, dude. The Frenchie, really?
what? Say that all the time. He's so cool, man.
Yeah,
like,
dude, Olivier was really cool. He was.
He's not as loud as you think he'd be.
He's really not. He's not as loud as you would think he is. But if you don't remember, Olivier was the one that did nothing but scream in his video to show his excitement for Sea of Thieves. And I have to say, the drone where he drove around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
That piece was really cool. And
I think that made it.
I think I might have a maybe, I don't want to say a lot to do with it, but
the sound
it had something
effect
to do with it because a lot of the developers were like, "Oh, that was so cool how you got the drone thing in there."
Yeah. And then Alex,
that's right, Alex. Sorry, Alex, I forgot you, man.
My
How can I forget
man.
Alex though? Alex was the first person I met because we arrived at the airport like a few minutes from each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I actually, I flew into Heathrow. Alex flew into Heathrow, which is in London, if you guys aren't aware. I flew into Heathrow.
Heathrow's just the name of the airport.
Say what?
Heathrow's just the name of the airport.
Yeah, Heathrow London International Airport is the airport that I flew into. And Alex actually arrived about an hour after I did. So the person that picked me up from the studio, or picked me up from the airport, picked me up from one end of the airport, then we had to drive all the way around to the other side of the airport to pick up Alex. Yeah, dude, we had to go to the complete opposite side of the airport.
Me and Steve and Jackie and Kyle even waited for half an hour for Olivier. Oh.
No good, dude. No good.
I'm really disappointed in him, honestly. Alright, anyways, we should pick this up.
What the hell? Oh my god. Oh man, this is going to be a great episode. Everybody's going to be laughing their asses off at this stupid shit that we've been saying.
I just want them to... I want the people we met to see this one.
But yeah, Alex was the first person I met, and but back to Alex, and before we went on the wild tangent about how he was the first person I met out of everyone.
You know what? For me, it was really nice because, like, you know, I'm young, might not be the most outgoing guy ever, but I met people like one by one because I met Steve at Toronto because we kind of live close-ish, and then I met Jackie who flew in from, you know, out west because she had a connection at our place, and then I met Kyle at Heathrow. So like it was really nice for me. I met a few people individually before, you know, just a massive 18,000 people came at me.
Huh? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that last part.
Yeah, I was just saying it's nice that I met, you know, a bunch of people individually before.
Yeah, man. You met a bunch at dude. You met a bunch around the same time.
Because, like, if I just got in a room with everybody who went, it might have been a little awkward. I don't know. Like, did you find it a little awkward? Because
it was a little weird. I mean, you know, we've been talking to these people, Yeah, I mean, I assume you're not talking about developers, but developers in general, it was just weird. I mean, I guess weird's a bad word to use.
You know who was a delightful surprise? Mike Chappers, and I don't mean that everybody else was not a delightful surprise, but they weren't just surprising. And it's not that I didn't think he would be a nice guy. It's just I didn't really know anything about him. He wasn't the most active on social media. Never really talked to him before, but he was just such a genuine guy. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
Mike
And
was
so was
really
everybody there, but everybody was genuine too. It was just you don't expect them to be so welcoming. By the end of the trip, it felt normal being there, which is incredible considering it was a 2-day trip at Rare. Like, it just felt normal. It felt like we were family. It's so
Yeah,
cool,
man.
man.
They're normal people, dude, just like us. You
And
know?
they must have been nervous too. Like they said they were nervous too, but
Oh, I bet they were.
they did
Of
a
course
great
they're nervous.
job.
They were having 12 people come, from outside of, the games industry or outside of Microsoft come in to play a game that, again, no one outside of Microsoft has ever played. So
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
imagine them being hella nervous.
Hella nervous.
Hella nervous. Yeah. Yeah. But we went on, again, a long tangent.
There's gonna be a lot of tangents.
We got we got to go back to Alex. Paladin's been
back to Alex.
Back
Okay,
to Alex.
Washington,
Alex did
dancing crab.
the awesome video of the dancing pirates and then the incredibly awesome breakdancing crab at the very end of his video. I think that's what won it for him. That breakdancing crab won it for him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I believe it wholeheartedly. I mean, the dance was cool too, and I'm sure it took a hell of a lot of
He said that it
choreography.
was easy. Like, I don't know if I believe that, but he said that was just basic choreography.
Yeah, basic my ass.
I couldn't friggin' do that. So.
I couldn't do it. No. Though I bet you that breakdance. What was the crab's name again? Didn't he give it like an official name or something?
I forget, honestly.
Oh,
No,
that's
I think
horrible.
he said the name of the guy who was in the suit.
Yeah, and he became whoever the breakdancing crab.
The legendary.
I don't know.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
So, like I said, we were there with the 6 contest winners. The other 4 people there with us were Heil and Chad. Whoa, Chad, wait a minute. Chad was a contest winner.
Chad was a contest winner.
He did that.
Chad was a
really
contest
cool.
winner.
Yeah, Chad was a contest winner. Isn't that cool? Chad was one of the contest winners as well from DK Vine. And he did the really cool animated, sort of animated poem. And I have to say, I think I probably told Chad this like a million times already, that the bit where he was talking about sawing off his leg and putting on a nice peg leg with his wife, that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Yeah. I just thought the writing was good. Like, I was surprised that how good the writing was.
Yeah, it was. He did a really good job on his.
No, you know what really surprised me? I didn't know. I don't even know how he did that. I should have asked him, but the little animations that went with it were really cool.
Right, the animations in it, those were cool, weren't they? And where he did like the little scribble over the peg leg when Janelle was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you know." Yeah, that was
I
fun.
wonder if he drew each frame individually. I don't know. I might just have to email him.
And then that was the 6 contest winners. And then it was us
6.
2, along with Heil, the other co-founder of DK Vine, with Chad. Also, Amir, or One Falcon, with Rare Fandabase. And, of course, he's
everywhere.
Let's be honest here. He has the world's largest Rare memorabilia collection. Like,
It's
straight up.
unofficially official.
You're what?
It's unofficially official.
Unofficially official. Yes. Unofficially. Amir has the world's largest rare collection, and you can't debate it. You can't debate it.
I want him
There's
to
no
do
debate.
a tour of his room. And you know what? He might have done that already, but I want a new one.
Right.
Because he has a room. Like, a room.
Also with us was Daniel Duncan, who is the founder of Rare Fandom and Killer Instinct Central. Amir actually works with Daniel on both, and I believe he founded Killer Instinct Central with Daniel.
Oh, and Amir has his own website too, Rare Minion, which...
Rare Minion, yeah. He doesn't really play with that much anymore since he got involved with Rare Fandom, but yeah, he does have a Rare Minion as well, and I think that's what we introduced him as when he was on the episode a while back.
And it's so cool. It must have been so cool for like those people to meet again, because they met at E3. Along with Steve, who does like Rare Gamer, but they met at E3. So this was an opportunity to make connections, you know, like even for us, especially for us, honestly, not knowing anybody, because I'm pretty sure all of the other people who were invited outside the contest knew, because we're so brand new, right?
I'm screwing up. I'm good. Nothing. And then, yeah, I'm good. My recording started screwing up. I'll have to go ahead and edit that part out, but no worries. And then we had Steve from Rare Gamer. And who are we forgetting? This is bad, dude. We didn't come prepared to this for all. We're missing somebody. That's only 5. Yeah, we're forgetting somebody. That's only 5. Me, you, Daniel, Amir. I said Steve. Oh yeah, Heil. We said Heil. Okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I don't think we're forgetting. We're not forgetting.
But that's the whole point of this one. We're not supposed to be on point.
Steve, Heil, Daniel, Amir, me, and you.
Exciting opportunity. So forgive the jumbling.
Not on point, dude.
But I guess. Yeah, dude, this is the first time we talked about this, other than like on the trip itself. So it's just a complete
incredibly.
Don't worry about that.
This is the first time we've talked, like since the experience.
Yeah, it was, dude. It was really weird.
And like maybe Twitter, again, but don't worry about that.
It was.
That's not like talking face to face or even Skype, man.
It was outside of the
crazy.
Normal. Let's go with that. It was outside of the normal. Yeah, and
no, it was weird. It was strange. It was, but that's not a bad thing.
Conversations with some of the developers, they were asking me,
surreal.
Is this the first time that you're meeting Paladin? And I'm like, yeah,
outside
dude.
of the box,
I've never met this guy in person.
Imaginary.
So this is really awesome. And they're like, oh my god, are you serious? You've been talking to this guy for 9 months and you've never met him in person? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I've never met this guy in person. And even still, it's been awesome. Mike Chapman and Shelly and Andrew Preston were asking me about that one night. Yeah.
Who was that?
Dude, they are.
That? Oh yeah.
But again,
see, they're so genuine. Like they were interested in us. It wasn't just us being interested in them.
Things that happen.
Crazy.
We're gonna jump back into ship stuff. We talked about how cell length and angle matter. Wind's visible. Your crow's nest is vital because you absolutely cannot see behind that helm. Like you cannot see with cells in your way. It's
No, and you legitimately can't. Like, when this game comes out, people are going to be strategizing so hardcore because, like, we kind of figured out halfway through we could put half the sail up so the captain piloting the ship could kind of see. Even then, it wasn't that great. Like, yeah, it's going to be such it's a team game. It's such a team game.
This is a team.
We haven't even talked about repairing.
While I think
we haven't even talked about repairing the ship.
Entirely possible to pilot a ship on your own, like just you. This game is built on teamwork. Like this game, dead on, is built. Say what? Did he really?
Well, Greg did,
No.
right? Greg
No, I
Mouse,
don't think so.
took out 4 ships, you know? Greg Mouse took out like 4 ships by himself. Remember the story? Yeah, you weren't there? Yeah, it was Greg versus like 4 ships. And he was doing like tactics, putting the anchor down, doing that like 360 turnaround, and it was just him, and he was taking out, 4 of the ships. I don't think that's like optimal. I don't think you want to do that. But
that was
Greg's legendary.
That was one of my
and he kicked our ass in foot golf.
This is a team. This is a game that involves teamwork.
Yeah, it happened, man. Or should I call him Grog?
So
I don't think it'd be possible to talk to play it by yourself, really, unless they're hiding like a smaller ship. I don't know.
Having to repair your ship.
Really, at this point,
in the middle
I don't think it is
a ship battle, which we were able to do. You have to take control of your ship. You have to make sure that you're sailing towards the wind, not against the wind. Well, with the wind, not against it. You guys know what I mean. And, angle, everything matters. You can angle your ship and you can angle cannons individually, but ultimately everything on a ship can be interacted with. The ship combat was really cool.
Everything on the ship can be interacted with. Like,
can actually...
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not sure what I expected. Like, I don't think I expected anything, and I'm not sure exactly what I expected, but it wasn't what I expected, and in a good way.
Oh, dude,
famous Gandalf quote.
It was
You've
way
changed.
better than I thought it was going to be.
No,
and
that's wrong.
Again, going back to that phrase,
okay,
bare
yeah,
minimum.
But it wasn't what I expected, but it was a good thing.
I don't want to say it was bare minimum because there was nothing bare or minimum about it. Just the
I don't even know what I thought.
And being able to sail your ship was. Yeah, exactly. That seems to be the main focus, and I think that's why that was the part that we were right.
But that was the focus, That's at least for the version that we played. And you know what? It is the focus. The devs said, like Andy and Shelley were. Exactly. I think it was them. And I don't want to put words in people's mouth, but I think they were like, we needed to make sure that life on the ship was fun because if it wasn't, nothing else would matter.
The other item that we had in the Unreal, other than the tankard of grog, was an unlimited amount of. None of that. No, none of that. Just straight up ship. That's all we had. Was ship, and that was an experience in itself. I was perfectly all right with no, sword play.
Yeah, because we didn't do anything with swords. There was no sword combat, no gun combat.
Because that was really
none.
That was one of the main things for me was learning how that kind of thing worked, and everything matters on that ship. You get shot by cannons, you have to go down below and use your unlimited supply of wooden planks to
it's a pirate's life,
plug up holes. And there were 3 levels to it. There was the main ship deck. There was a middle hole. Well, I don't know. Would the middle is not called the hole because the bottom is ultimately the hole, right? Okay. Well, there was a middle level.
Yeah.
I guess it was storage, maybe.
The bottom's the hole, I think, but I don't know. Well, yeah,
Right,
like there
right.
were
So
boxes. There
you
wasn't like
have to
lower
use you
deck as of
absolutely have
right
to
now,
use
the
those
version
wooden
we
planks, or
played.
your
There
ship
wasn't
will
anything really to
sink.
do,
And
but
if your ship sinks, then everybody respawns somewhere close by, somewhere completely far off from everyone else, and you have a brand new ship. Maybe that was just for what we played. They didn't want us to be like, oh well, they don't have a. And what was really cool was that when you
oh
actually
god.
hit a ship, like if you were on a cannon, when you hit a ship with a cannonball, you got noise. You got like a little music track that played. And if you hit a bunch of them, in a succession, then you got like a full
Oh,
note
the
too. And that was
music.
really cool.
Yeah, it's like an indication that you actually hit them because sometimes you can't exactly tell because it's so far and the waves and everything. But when you hit it, you hear part of the music, and if you keep hitting it again and again and again in a succession, the music will get louder, and
So
it's oh man,
so
it's a great detail.
a lot of jumping around, skipping around, but that was that was crazy, man. It was a hell of an experience. That last day where me, you, Amir, and Alex were like, originally they split us up into groups of, what was it? 3 groups of 4, right? Yeah. All right. So 3 groups of 4. It was me, Amir,
4.
Alex,
Yeah,
and
4.
Paladin here. And I, for the life of me, don't remember the other groups. I don't know.
Chad,
Yeah.
Heil were
We'll
together
have to find that up.
with
Hey.
Olivier. And
Hey.
I don't remember the other groups.
But
Screw them!
that last day, they were like, all right,
Hey.
we're gonna
Hey.
throw you guys into the game one more time. And they were like, we want you guys to split off into your groups, because we had these groups from the beginning. We want you guys to split off in your groups and come up with, quote, strategies for your last playthrough. Well, playthrough. You know what? Last play session. How about that? Yeah, we did. We beat the game. That's right. But
Yeah, we beat the game, guys.
they told us to split off into groups and figure out some sort of strategy for. Well, they told us. Yeah, we just kind of did it. They were like, "All right, you guys split off."
Well,
into
they
your
didn't
groups
really tell
and,
us to
figure
come
out
up
what
with a
you're gonna do.
strategy.
What
We
are
just
you guys
kinda
gonna do
did.
for your last play game. Whether. Yeah, maybe.
I forget
I don't
who it was.
remember
It
who.
was
It was
either
one of the
Alex or Amir that
But
came up with ours.
originally, like all of us together, all 12 of us together, were like, "All right, we're gonna go Spiral Mountain." Yes, Spiral Mountain. You heard correctly. Maybe that wasn't a direct reference, but that was a reference to Banjo-Kazooie. There
Oh,
was an
God.
island that looked like it should have been Spiral Mountain from Banjo-Kazooie. Well, no, I think
And
Chad
just so
came
you
up
know,
with
it
that.
wasn't the
I
devs who
almost
called it
thought that.
Spiral Mountain. It
Yeah, I'm
was,
pretty sure it was
us who went.
But this mountain, it is.
Yeah, I think
looks
it was
like
probably
Spiral Mountain.
Chad.
At the base of it was a tavern, and all 12 of us agreed before we split off into our groups that we were all gonna meet in that tavern for a pint of grog, right? So we all agree to this, and and they're like, all right, so we go into our very last play session, and before we do, me, Paladin, Amir, and Alex are all like, all right, we're gonna let these guys go into the tavern. We're gonna follow them into the tavern. We're all gonna take our drinks, and we're gonna run off, and we're gonna steal their ships. Suffice to say that backfired, right? Yeah, I mean, it
Well,
kinda worked, but it
know,
kinda didn't.
It didn't work as well as I think we planned.
Like, yeah, like I don't even.
Because there were like other people who were just on the ships when we went over. Like, okay, before we finish the story,
You make your own rules.
this is
You make
what the
your own
game
rules.
is, right? You make your own story. You don't make them, but you get them.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And your stories, like that's
that
your
plan
pirate
sort of
experience. That's what
backfired.
it's
Like,
about.
I kept telling them, like, no, we shouldn't even go to the tavern. We should just let them all go to the tavern, and then we should take one of their ships. But, I'm not gonna dwell on the past. What we did was still funny.
I
we
know,
all
right?
ended up on like mixed ships. Didn't one person end up on a ship like completely by themselves? It was Yeah,
Jeff,
I think at
and
that point
he was
we pretty much all
something
decided.
else.
We had communication with our team, but we didn't have communication with the other two teams. So we had no idea what they were talking about. They had no idea what we were talking about. I mean, I imagine those booths got kind of loud at some point, so you might have overheard somebody yelling something, but we don't really know. Was some of the
like they
some
were
of the
supposed to
loud
be
excitement
soundproof,
noises we were
but
all
I'm pretty
making, I don't think
sure
they
we
were
broke the
very
soundproof.
Oh my god, dude, they are.
If Rare's making a video with that
probably
footage, I'm
done.
so excited to watch it. I know they are,
Oh,
but
dude, that's gonna be so much.
I'm so
fun.
excited
Oh,
to
man.
see
Yeah,
us
dude,
playing it.
That video,
Oh my
that
gosh.
video is already done and it's just ready to go. Like I can go ahead and tell you.
If it's
ready to
out,
go.
there'll be a link in the description below.
Did it really?
No, he said it would take him
Well,
3
yeah,
days
yeah,
to
that
shift
was May
through all
20.
that footage.
God, that's a lot.
Yes, ridiculous.
it
There were
is-
60 terabytes.
Yeah, true.
Well, 12 people, face cams,
Um,
and gameplay.
And
You should see their setup,
pretty
guys.
much,
It's
back
crazy.
to the game. I think everybody after the whole tavern incident and everybody just ended up on random ships. We all pretty much got the same idea at the same time.
This is what happened, though. Our ship, we left our ship stupidly,
yeah.
and we were connected to our ship. So if our ship sank, we would die and we would all respawn. But Jeff, who was the only person on that ship, was just going, and then nobody could catch up to him. So we couldn't sink the ship, so we could get a new ship and all get together. Because eventually there was 2 people in the water.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm
Well,
sure
I
we like missed out on half the story there too, but it
Right,
just
and I
goes
think
to show the
Right, and I
experience
think what it was
you
more
are gonna
about
have
was
in
just,
this game.
them giving us
Nothing like
access
it.
to the ship, and
Sorry, go
the
for it.
exploration aspect was what they were focusing on for us, and that was really cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, for them too, as developers,
Oh, it
the
is,
first
dude.
time
It
when
is.
somebody
I can
plays
imagine.
their game, it's so nerve-wracking, right? But the thing that I was a little upset about was I can't think of anything bad
But
to say
see,
about
you
this
can't.
game, and it makes me sound so
No,
biased. But
at this point,
I
with
literally
what we play, I
couldn't
can't say anything
possibly
bad
think
about
of
it
a
either.
bad thing to say.
And I don't want to. I'm not gonna go looking for bad stuff. I mean, I'm gonna go look for like glitch.
Exactly, and maybe when it,
We'll see. Okay,
I went
I don't wanna
looking
call it
for bad stuff, and I couldn't
because
find anything.
every game's got bugs. Every game's got glitches. They can't catch absolutely everything.
I don't mean bad stuff, but I mean things I didn't like. I'm not talking about bugs though. I'm talking about like mechanics I didn't like, or like things like that. But I couldn't find anything that I didn't like. Like I think that when you got drunk, it was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted. Art style, it was great. Played, and I think that just works for Rare's kind of goofy style.
There's
Like nothing.
you
I
can't
couldn't think of
pick out
anything.
something that was wrong.
that was bad.
Because it was just It was just an. It was
Not even anything minor. Like I didn't have any bugs actually.
from
Did you?
the very, 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 very bottom, top, and whole part of my heart. I think I can speak for everyone who will probably be doing their own podcasts and talking about their own experience there, that we are all incredibly, incredibly grateful. And I have to say that me, specifically, am honored that I was invited it was an incredible experience that I will never in my lifetime forget.
Like, I am saying this from the most genuine point of my heart. It was the best experience of my life. And it wasn't even the game. Like, the game was awesome, but meeting the people and being just there in that atmosphere, I don't think anything will compare to it. Even if friggin' Microsoft or Sony itself said, hey, we're going to send you on a tour of every development studio we have, I don't think any of them would be as a creative space as kind of people
that big
just
art
wouldn't.
style, that, you know, wanting to make an incredible game. And
innovate. For all of those people who want Banjo 3 and just spam the YouTube comments saying Banjo 3, you're horrible.
Whenever this game comes out. Whenever that may be.
Haters gonna hate, man. Honestly, we don't know. We don't know when the release date is. Don't hound me.
With that said, I think, 55 minutes? We're almost about to hit an hour of jumbled, scrambled conversation of this awesome experience.
If any rare people are watching this,
thank you's beyond anything. Yeah,
thank you doesn't describe how I feel. And like the last night, I legitimately cried, and it wasn't because, you know, I was upset. It was because I had the best experience of my life, and I know nothing will ever compare to it. You know, you guys have ruined it for me. If anything else great happens to me, it won't be nearly as good as this. The first bus ride to Rare.
You know, I think Alex said it best.
Like, yeah. Go for it.
He said recently, you know, after the trip, you know, we've all been keeping in contact with each other. That's a requirement. It's a requirement. You don't share an experience with 11 other people, you know, when you're talking about yourself individually. You don't not form some connection.
It's kind of like a bonding
11
moment.
Other people that you've spent the past 4 days with. It's just that it doesn't. Oh, absolutely. Hell yeah.
And if any of those 11 people are listening, we're playing the game together.
All 12 of us. We may not be able to fit on the same ship, but you better believe we'll start a fleet together and sail out in the ocean and plunder. But like,
I think
Alex said it best. Yes, we were there to play the game, but it was more about the developers and the team and Rare and meeting those people. Am I right? And, you know, we said it a few minutes ago, but that was...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
I think that was unexpected, but it's what it turned into. Like, I think, you know what I mean?
You know, it's been awesome to interact with everybody. But, you know, my first thought was, all right, I'm going to Rare to play the game. Hell yeah. And then it just, you know, it turned into something completely different. It's like, I'm not here to play the game. Yeah, it's like, I'm not, you know, of course we were there to play the game, but it was more so, I'm not here to play the game.
What we got was so much more.
People that are making it.
Yeah.
The game was just, you know, the game was second to meeting everyone, in my eyes.
Yeah, totally. Yes, agreed. Yes. I could have hung out there for days.
You know, I'm
coming back one day. I don't care if I have to break in.
You know, you've heard some throughout. You know, we met Greg Males, the design director. We met Mike Chapman. Oh God, dude, I'm not gonna. We did.
Let's not do this. I don't want to miss anybody. I don't want to miss.
We gotta admit, you know,
we met so many people.
Him out of it. I won't go into a huge long list, but Craig Duncan. Oh, Craig's listening. Craig's gonna listen. He's gonna.
Craig,
listen.
If you're watching this, I love you.
He's listening. He is.
Oh, Craig's listening. He's listening.
I can't wait to hear responses to some of it.
This is gonna be hell for Emma to watch. She's gonna cry. John, you need to record this. You need to set up a camera when she listens.
Yes, Emma.
Emma. Emma is the person who made this all possible. Emma is the backbone of the event, and she could not have done a better job.
And
honestly,
to Emma, we are truly grateful.
Yeah, like especially to Emma. Like everybody else, I love all of you.
Together and was like, hey, you
but
guys
Emma's
are all going to be
Arrrrg
together. Talk to yourselves. Well, talk amongst yourselves. Get to know each other. And what? We were all talking to each other. There were like 8 different email threads.
Talk to yourself.
Over what? Oh, that was, the WhatsApp.
Dude, and then when we got the WhatsApp, when people were driving to airports and stuff.
2-3 weeks straight.
Man.
It's just like, oh my god. Like, I'm constantly getting emails like every other minute. And then, of course, the WhatsApp was just like, boom! Everybody's like, it's like immediate contact. It's like, holy crap.
Man.
But, Paladin, I think this is a good place to end it. I'm sure there'll be more conversations, numerous more conversations about our experiences, because I imagine we'll be too excited. We'll think of something a month later that we're like, hey, we did this too. We completely forgot to tell you. I'm sure that'll come up eventually. Right.
We did so much. We did more in those 2 days than I had in like a month.
As I said, I think this is a good spot to end it. We're coming up on an hour. This is the longest episode we've ever done, which makes complete sense.
Let's make it exactly an hour.
We didn't even begin to break the surface of what we did.
And I don't have to leave, so.
Yeah.
We didn't. Honestly, we talked about the game and then we said thank you.
We only have a limited amount of time.
We did so much more
to get everything out there. The main focus for the podcast is the game and relaying what we saw and what we were able to play, and it was a really awesome experience. Again, thank you so much, Rare. You guys are awesome. Any last words, Paladin?
Yes. I think I said it, but just it was the best experience of my life, and I mean that. Like, I hadn't genuinely been so happy in a very long time.
Making a teenage boy's dream come true.
So, thanks.
That's right.
It was a dream I never dreamt, and I said that before, but it's true. I never dreamt. Like, when I started doing YouTube, I didn't even think something like this was a possibility. And if it was any other company rather than Rare, it wouldn't have happened.
That was crazy, dude. Oh, absolutely.
Well, we're gonna do it again someday.
Oh, yeah, man.
When you're a big CM, you're gonna send me everywhere.
Anyway, this has been the very special E3 Rare Trip reveal.
Yeah, we should end it.
Pirate Port Radio. Captain Ab out.